Welcome on the channel Voices of Reddit. Today we have an intriguing story about the
I am facing a difficult decision that has been weighing heavily on me. I am considering calling off my wedding because my fiancé has become a control freak, and our relationship has deteriorated to a point where I no longer recognize the person I fell in love with. To give you some background, I am 32 years old, and she is 34. We are both devout Catholics, and she has 3 children from a previous marriage. We had been dating for about 8 months when we decided to get engaged. Everything seemed to be going well, we connected deeply, shared similar values, and I had developed a strong bond with her children. We both felt that we had found our person, and given our ages, we thought it was the right time to commit to each other. We planned to get married in December. About a month ago, I moved into her home to save money and work towards paying off our debts before the wedding. Our goal was to be financially stable so we could buy a house soon after we were married. However, as soon as I moved in, everything changed for the worse. She immediately insisted that we open a joint bank account. I was hesitant because I feared it might lead to a control situation, and unfortunately, that is exactly what happened. When I expressed my reluctance to merge our finances, she responded sharply, saying, "Well, maybe we should not get married then." Feeling pressured, I agreed to the joint account, but she took complete control over all the money. She monitors every expense down to the smallest detail, even dictating what I can eat. I have to ask for permission to spend as little as $4 on medicine when I am fighting a sinus infection. It is not as though we are struggling financially. I earn $75,000 after taxes. To give you some context about my health, I have had ulcerative colitis since I was 20 years old. At 25, I had my colon removed, which means my body does not absorb nutrients the way a normal digestive system would. As a result, I need to eat more to maintain my health. She becomes angry at how much I eat, to the point where I have to sneak food at work to meet my nutritional needs. I have tried to explain this to her multiple times, and even her mother has tried to help her understand, but she still does not get it. She demands that I work at least 70 hours a week from Monday to Friday and as much as I can on Saturdays when we do not have the kids, all in the name of earning extra money. I do not spend money on anything unnecessary. I use my personal funds to ensure I have enough food to stay healthy. Even getting the food I need for work was a battle. Proper nutrition and rest are critical for my health, but if I want to sleep in to recuperate, she scolds me. If I accidentally take something that was meant for the kids, I get in serious trouble, even if it was something insignificant or inexpensive. Conversely, if I do not take leftovers to work, leftovers she did not explicitly tell me to take, I get blamed for wasting food. She has yelled at me for taking too much food before, so I feel like I am in a no-win situation. On top of all this, she shows little to no affection. I work 12 hours on my shorter days and around 15 hours on my longer days. I only have 1 or 2 short days a week. When I come home after such exhausting days, I would love to feel wanted and appreciated, but I feel nothing from her. I do not receive a hug, a kiss, or any sign of excitement. Sometimes, due to our schedules, I do not see her for 2 to 3 days at a time. Yet there is no enthusiasm when we finally reconnect. Only a list of chores or criticisms about what more I can do around the house. I take care of all the household responsibilities, including yard work, home repairs, and any other tasks that need attention when no one else feels like doing them. Getting help from the kids is a struggle. I feel used and as though I am only there to provide money and labor. If I bring up any concerns, she turns the conversation around to make it seem like it is my fault. I began to realize that I could not live like this anymore. We had a serious talk about my feelings, and for a couple of days, things seemed to improve slightly. However, it did not last long, and we returned to the same unhealthy patterns. When I brought up my concerns again, she dismissed them, even making jokes about the issues I raised, which made me feel like she did not take me seriously at all. One night, after she told me I should focus on not being hungry so you will not want to eat, I knew I had to take action. It was right after we had discussed my health condition and how important proper nutrition is for me. Her lack of empathy was astonishing. I decided to formulate a plan to leave. I could not enact it immediately due to some logistical reasons, but I began preparing. The car we had purchased together was in both of our names, but I was only a co-signer on the loan. I arranged to get a rental car because, without her controlling our finances, I could afford it. I planned to pack as much of my belongings as I could and leave while she was at work. I intended to go to my parents' home in the neighboring state, a place where she would not be able to find me easily. I took steps to secure my financial independence. I changed my direct deposit information, opened a new bank account, and planned to remove her from my credit cards and other accounts. I waited for the payment to post to our joint credit card so I would not be stuck with any outstanding balance. Then, I would withdraw the money that was rightfully mine from our joint account before removing my name from it. I was prepared for her to react negatively, possibly to try to contact me incessantly, but I no longer cared. Just organizing this plan gave me a sense of liberation I had not felt in a long time. On the day I left, I met with a close friend who had been supportive throughout this ordeal, and then I headed to my parents' house. I had not even told them about my situation yet. As I drove away, I felt a mix of anxiety and excitement. I was eager to reclaim my life and return to the person I used to be. Upon arriving at my parents' home, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. They were surprised but supportive when I explained everything. I also reconnected with an old friend whom I had known for over 10 years but had not seen in 2. Her family welcomed me warmly. Her mother cooked me meals fit for a king, and we spent quality time together, including going axe throwing, a hobby I had long forgotten I enjoyed. They even joked about giving me a key to their house. Their kindness reminded me of what it felt like to be valued and cared for. The following day, I went to a flea market with my parents and felt the simple joy of spending my own money on things I wanted without fear of reprimand. This was the life I wanted, a life free from the constraints of someone else's control. Leading up to my departure, I had been extremely anxious and had trouble sleeping. Even though I had not seen my fiancée for 3 days due to our conflicting schedules, there were no messages from her expressing concern or missing me, only directives about tasks she wanted me to complete. On my way to my parents, she did not attempt to contact me, though she did try to reach out to my parents, who chose not to respond. I know I have a challenging road ahead to rebuild my life, but it is a path I am eager to walk. I have already taken steps toward fulfilling a lifelong dream. I contacted a flight school and plan to enroll to get my private pilot's license in the coming months. Flying has been a passion of mine since I was a child, and I am excited to pursue it. This decision to leave has been the best thing I have ever done for my well-being. I feel hopeful and empowered, looking forward to what the future holds. I still have some loose ends to tie up, such as dealing with the vehicle we purchased together, but I have a meeting with a lawyer next week to address that. I wanted to share my story because I know others might find themselves in similar situations, feeling trapped and uncertain about what to do. Sometimes, the hardest decisions are the ones that set you free. I am grateful for the support and advice I received along the way, and I am optimistic about reclaiming my life and happiness.